I was impressed with that move you pulled. Bang.
Ladies and boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's DMC, the undefeated, undisputed YouTube champion. That's right, it's the Maverick, Mark Daniels, here with our Survivor Series 2017 predictions. Obviously, the show will be on tomorrow. I'm doing this the day before. We have several matches on the card. I believe a total of 8 matches if you count the pre-show match. All of them have SmackDown versus Raw implications, except the Cruiserweight pre-show title match. And I'm very excited for the show, guys. And it took me a while to really think about what I wanted my predictions to be, because there's so much that can happen as far as who could win, who's going to be the sole survivor, who's going to be the, if it's not a sole survivor, how many, and who's going to survive, who's going to get the edge. Is it going to be Raw? Is it going to be SmackDown? So that's what we're gonna be talking about. So I try to base my predictions based off the fact that there are 7 Raw versus SmackDown matches, and chances are Raw's gonna come out on top. That's just the way I looked at it from the way things are looking. I believe. Oh, 1, 2. I have to double check my math. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I have SmackDown winning overall, but Raw winning 2 of the bigger matches, which makes sense, right? So let's get into my predictions. So first things first, the kickoff show match. We have the Cruiserweight Championship match, probably the match that I care about the very least. To be fair, I don't think anyone really cares about this match that much. I think Enzo retains. It's Enzo versus Kalisto yet again. I think Enzo retains. He moves on from this program. Against whom? I don't know, maybe Cedric Alexander. I wish Ellsworth was still in the company, because I would say Ellsworth versus Enzo, because that's money. But I don't know who else he would go up against from the 205 Live division. I'm trying to think of other babyface off the top of my head that's in that division that hasn't had their shot at Enzo yet. Cedric's the only one that really comes to mind, unless unless Enzo turns on Drew Gulak, making Drew Gulak a babyface. Otherwise, I don't see anyone else in the picture. Then we have Baron Corbin versus The Miz, the battle of the mid-card champions. I believe Baron Corbin's going to win to give the slight edge to SmackDown. This has been a pretty fun feud as far as like social media goes. They've been on each other, attacking each other on Twitter and making these videos and really doing a little bit of personal attacks, I don't think this is going to be a great match, but I think it'll be an okay match. I think Baron Corbin wins at the end of days. Keep Baron Corbin looking strong. The Miz doesn't need the win. And this gives a point to Team SmackDown. Next, we have a non-title tag team title match. I don't know why I said non-title. Tag team champions, the Cesaro and Sheamus the Bar versus the Usos, the SmackDown tag team champions. I think if the Usos win here, Cesaro and Sheamus just won the titles. The Usos are more established. In my opinion, the Usos are the best tag team in WWE today. I think the Usos keep their momentum rolling. They win this match. And I think shortly after, they're probably going to lose their tag team titles, maybe to Shelton and Gable if they do a double turn, which I think they're going to do. I mentioned that in my SmackDown/Raw review that I did earlier this week, where I did both reviews in one video. And I think that what they're planning on doing, just the way things are being booked, the Usos and Benjamin and Gable may do a double turn, and you can have the Usos be the baby faces, and again, just keep them the same. No, back to when we say Usos, you say, oh, we don't need that anymore. People like this new attitude of the Usos. You can keep them being, they call them the urban Usos, the more urban-like Usos. You can keep them that way, keep the promo style and everything. They just can be a little edgy babyface tag team, versus a classic heel Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin that are just going to cheat to win. And you do the story where Shelton is influencing Chad Gable to be that way. And then eventually you can have Chad Gable turn back into a babyface. You can have Shelton turn on him if you want to, and then you get a feud out of that as well. But I think that's the best course of action here. But I think the Usos definitely win this match, give it a second point to Team SmackDown. Then we have Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss, women's champions going at it. This is going to be an interesting one, right? Now, I don't know the order of these matches. We might even start with the women's Survivor Series match. I think the men's Survivor Series match will be the co-main event. I think it's going to go on either third to last or second to last. And then you would put a dead match in between the two big matches. So you can start off with the SmackDown Survivor Series match, or you might start off with like the Shield versus the New Day. But I think Charlotte Flair is going to win this match. And I think she's going to win probably via submission. But I think Carmella's cashing in. Now, I don't know on who she's going to cash in. That's the question because I made a bit of a prediction. It may have been in my Raw and SmackDown review where I said, what if Carmella turns on her team, right? And she reveals to be a member of Team Raw. And then she cashes in, but she cashes in on Alexa Bliss. Because we don't actually know what the Money in the Bank contract actually states. People say, "Oh, well, she won. It was a SmackDown contract, so she can only cash on." We don't actually know that. We think we know that. They never really specified that she can only cash in on SmackDown championships. It could literally say that she can cash in on the championship she's part of the roster of. So if she cashes in on the Raw Women's Champion and she's part of Raw, she could become the Raw Women's Champion off Alexa Bliss. Either Charlotte Flair, hits Alexa. I don't know what. Whatever. Even if she could cash in on Charlotte Flair too and stay on SmackDown. But I think either way, it'd get good heat on Carmella. And if you cash in on Charlotte Flair, she just won the match. It doesn't take away from her at all in her big win that she had last week. I think that's a good way of getting Carmella her cash in. I'm going to predict your cash in is going to be at Survivor Series. I'm pretty confident that it will be because it's going to be weird how it's going to work. Then we have the Shield versus the New Day, which I think will probably be the opening match. Could be match of the night. Could be match of the weekend. The Shield versus the New Day. I have the Shield winning, of course, winning via pinfall. This is their actual first reunion match that they had as the actual Shield team on the pay-per-view. It was supposed to be them versus the 5 men at TLC, but of course Roman Reigns had viral meningitis, so Kurt Angle took his spot, and then on the house shows, Triple H took his spot in some matches. So, excuse me, I think the Shield wins this match. I think it'll be a fun match, though. I think it'll be a really good match. And who knows, if this feud continues, I said this in my NXT War Games prediction videos that I just did before this. If the War Games match is perceived well, which it probably will be, I think it will be, and they'll probably bring it to the main roster at some point, maybe during Fastlane or like Roadblock, any of those type of pay-per-views that they do between the Rumble and WrestleMania. You could have a War Games match. Maybe you could have the Shield versus the New Day versus another tag team, another trio of sorts. You could do something fun like that. It's kind of like the main event, so you won't have to do like big title matches. Because it's before Mania, and you don't have to do anything major for it. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I think the Shield wins, no questions. Like I don't think there's a chance the New Day wins at all, unless someone in the Shield turns on the other two already. I don't think it's gonna happen yet. I think it will happen, but not yet. Then we have the Survivor Series match, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, the women's match. It's going to be Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, Asuka, and Alicia Fox representing Team Raw. And then representing Team SmackDown is Becky Lynch, Carmella, Naomi, Tamina, and announced today Natalya. Even though for a little bit they were kind of hyping up who it might be, but Natalya makes the most sense, which they would have just announced instead of kind of teasing that someone else might show up. Granted, someone still could show up. In fact, wasn't it last year Natalya attacked Nikki Bella and took her spot in the match? What if the reverse happens? Either way, I don't think it matters. I think Team Raw wins this match, and I think Asuka's the sole survivor. Not only do I think that should happen, I think that is what. Not only do I think that will happen, I think it should happen. I said it backwards a second ago. That Asuka should be the sole survivor. She's still undefeated. She really needs that big moment on the main roster to really shine. The crowd's really not behind her yet. I love Asuka. And I don't think the SmackDown Survivor Series team is ready for Asuka because nobody is ready for Asuka. And I think that this will be a very fun match. Hopefully they give these women some time, and hopefully Asuka could just look like a monster here, as she should. And again, if Carmella turns on Team SmackDown here, maybe, I don't know, attacks Becky Lynch or something and leaves. I don't know. Granted, then you would want to see them have a match, but if she just turns on her match, rips up her shirt, it's Team Raw shirt. I don't know. You could do something weird like that. That could be the one screwy thing on the show. Because in my predictions, I don't really have any other screwy things, although there could be a lot of different screwy things happening. Then we have the men's Survivor Series match. Team Raw representing Team Raw is Kurt Angle, Triple H, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe versus Team SmackDown, which is being represented by Shane McMahon, John Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, and Bobby Roode. This match is stacked. Now, again, I know a lot of people complain that a lot of these guys are older. There's not a lot of younger talent on this match. People want to see some 20-year-old guys on this match, I guess. I don't know who they would put in this match because there's really no one else that's really that over that would fit in this match that's a young guy that's not already involved with something else. So I don't know what they want. I don't know if they want like Cedric Alexander in this match or something. I love Cedric Alexander, but the guy's not over. And And again, as an example that I brought up, I think people look too far into this age thing because just you know what 20 some years ago, Ric Flair was 43, winning the 1992 Royal Rumble, and becoming a WWE champion, WWF champion, and not a single person complained then. And to this day, people still regard that as the best Royal Rumble of all time. So I'm just saying, I think people put too much stock into age. Maybe they don't want to see some of these guys in this match because they've been in all the big matches in recent WWE history. I'm looking at John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, Shane McMahon. People don't want to see because he's not an actual wrestler. But you know what? I don't really care. I think this is going to be an exciting match. There's a lot of great stuff that could happen in this match. A lot of great stare downs. A lot of great potential matchups. I think this is going to build to a Triple H Kurt Angle match at WrestleMania, which is pretty exciting, or a Triple H Shane McMahon match at WrestleMania. I don't know. Plus, Daniel Bryan said he wanted to talk to Shane after Survivor Series. I don't know if that's going to happen during the show. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's a teaser for something to happen there too. So I'm very excited to see what happens out of this. But I think Team SmackDown wins this match to compensate for the next match, which obviously tells you who I think is going to win the next match. And I think you have Shinsuke, because I still think Shinsuke needs a big moment too. And then I think John Cena also. You keep John Cena and Shinsuke, both the duo surviving members, and you can have a cool moment. John Cena, raising Shinsuke's hand and them celebrating together. And I think that could be a good seal of approval. He's already kind of done that already for Shinsuke. I think he could do that again because Shinsuke just hasn't really been doing what people have been wanting him to do. But I think this could be a fun match. Plus, you could have a Shinsuke and Finn Balor stare down. I mean, there's a lot you could do here that's going to be a lot of fun. Then you have a non-title singles match again. The world champions go out, which should main event the show. If it doesn't, obviously the men's Survivor Series team will. And I think if you have something screwy happen or some weird turn happen, that's going to be the main event of the night. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles. I think Brock wins. Hopefully, this is a good match. Hopefully, Brock puts a lot of effort into the match. AJ Styles deserves that much. Hopefully it's not just AJ gets some offense and surprises Brock, then Brock hits him with 5 suplexes, 1 F5, 1, 2, 3. It's a 8-minute match. Brock wins with 1 F5. They can't do AJ Styles that bad. I mean, they can't do him dirty like that. But I think AJ Styles should put up a really good fight in this match. Maybe kick out of 1 F5. I don't know. But Brock Lesnar wins the match via pinfall. And AJ Styles won't lose anything out of it. AJ Styles got the World Championship kind of as a consolation prize a couple weeks ago. And then he'll defend his title probably at Clash of Champions against Jinder Mahal. Hopefully he gets past Jinder Mahal and goes on to the Rumble as well as WrestleMania. Hopefully against Shinsuke Nakamura. So those are my predictions. We're just going to rapid fire my predictions real fast. And then we'll get the heck out of here. So first, we have the Cruiserweight title match. I have Enzo winning by pinfall. We have Miz versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin winning via pinfall. It's the Bar versus the Usos. I have the Usos winning. I have Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss. I have Charlotte Flair winning with Carmella cash in on either Alexa or Charlotte, whoever that's going to be. Then we have the Shield versus the New Day. I think the Shield will win. Then we have the women's Team Raw versus Team SmackDown match. I think Team Raw is going to win with Asuka as the sole survivor. Then we have the men's Survivor Series match. I have Team SmackDown with Shinsuke and John Cena remaining on the team. And then, of course, the main event, hopefully the main event, Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles. I have Brock Lesnar winning via pinfall. And during these matches, guys, we can have a lot of shenanigans happen. We have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens that we got to worry about. We have Jason Jordan we got to worry about. Tag teams, I think is going to be unscathed. I don't think anyone's going to mess with that. Miz and Baron Corbin, I don't think anyone's going to get involved. Maybe the Miz Taraj cost Baron the match. I don't know. I don't think anything's really going to happen out of that. As far as the women go, like I said, I can see Carmella maybe turning on Team SmackDown and joining Team Raw and then cashing in or Money in the Bank that night just to get some real heel heat. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, though. That's just a wild guess, a shot in the dark. We could also see someone replace Natalya. Maybe Nikki Bella comes back. Maybe Paige comes back and takes someone's spot. There's a lot that can happen there. Team Raw, and like I said, you got Jason Jordan that can interfere, cost Team Raw the match. You could have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out and cost Team SmackDown the match. There's a lot that you could see there that could progress other stories. Maybe even Daniel Bryan. Maybe Daniel Bryan comes out and hits Shane McMahon in the face. He's pissed about him doing something without his consolidation. They've already kind of teased a Daniel Bryan heel turn. You remember when he was I forget what episode of SmackDown, but he came out. It was the night after, not the night after, but the SmackDown after, I believe it's Hell in a Cell. Daniel Bryan came out and basically just yelled at the guys in the ring and says, "Get out of the ring right now!" And the crowd booed the hell out of him. We could see Daniel Bryan heel turn, maybe Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon. I don't know. There's a lot that could happen at Survivor Series, which is pretty exciting to me. I'm excited for this show. Hopefully, you guys are excited for the show. Let me know in the comment section below if you're excited for the show, what you're excited for, what matches you're excited for. Let me know what your guys' predictions are. But anyways, guys, until next time, I am the Maverick Mark Daniels. Bidding you a farewell. Peace and one love. Bang!